Hi folks, the hour is late, I've drunk way too much coffee, so I thought I'd have a quick game of one of my favourite Parker Brother titles, Sky Skipper, which I was obviously organising all my games earlier and sorting them all out into sort of their relevant sections, and just looking at the Parker Brothers box, you know it's going to be a wicked game. Guy in a plane, monkey, rabbit, turtle, it just screams an absolute classic. It was originally released by Nintendo in the arcades in 1981 and then was licensed by Parker Brothers in 1983 for the Atari 2600. Never actually played it in the arcade or in emulation, it's just the 2600 I played it on. It's only through looking at the archives of knowledge, i.e. Wikipedia, that I even found out it was in the arcades. But just looking at it you can tell it's a classic Nintendo title. So quickly flip this on. The sound, pretty cutting at the start, somewhat annoying. Playing it on my Light 6er with the AV mod from Sarge. There's a few game variations, like with a lot of Atari games. A lot less than most. I mean, when you consider things like Asteroid Spoid 66 variations, Space Invaders was 112. Sky Skipper, I think that was down to a standard 4, I think it was easy, difficult, and then they did some cloud variation modes on there. So I'm just going to stick with the bog standard one. So all you do is take control of this little plane. Your mission is to bomb a monkey, and then you'll see, just collect a turtle there, there's a little monkey there, and your mission is to rescue all the ones that have been caught. And then when you crash, that happens. I'm trying to do this semi-one-handed, so I'm not doing very well. Now, one little trick for this, for a bit of point scoring, instead of when they start popping up collecting a whole row, if you go around and you collect one of each animal, then it'll, if you look at the bottom middle of the screen above where the score is, that's your fuel gauge that progressively goes down. And this is really hard to one-hand. But if you collect one of each animal, it'll give you, I think it's 100 points bonus. So instead of getting 400 for collecting all the animals, you get 500. And it also refills your fuel. Now I'm going to try and do that without dying, but this is actually really hard with limited hand usage. See that? All fuel refilled. And I think there was an extra 100 bonus. I wasn't really paying attention. You only get about 10 points for hitting a chimp, I think. But much like with all the really good Atari games, its whole premise is just on really, really good gameplay. Can't fault the controls at all. The colours are nice and bright. Damn you. In the other variations there is like clouds floating around the middle. I think that's about 4, or maybe not 4. There's 3 or 4 different variations of the levels, of their sort of layout. Like getting with more obstacles as you go up, more little platforms. I think the only other major variation is having clouds in there. Because, as everyone knows, planes cannot travel through clouds. It's indestructible. I'm just going to kill myself there, so it's ridiculously hard with one hand. So, that's Sky Skipper. It's one of my favourites. If you haven't played it, it's relatively cheap. So I'd definitely advise picking a copy up. And as with all Parker Brother games, if you get the box, they are absolutely indestructible. Considering that's nearly as old as me, if not older. In fact, no, exactly as old as me. Way too much coffee. Can't remember what year I was born. 1983. Fantastic condition. Great game. Highly recommended. Get playing it.